Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Friday. We just want to say how well you've done this week and you produced some excellent work. We're proud of everyone in Year 6, those children who are working from home and those children who are coming into school. We're going to finish Friday's maths lessons off with a bang. Today we're going to be looking at multiplying decimals by integers, but before we do that, let's have a look at our starter activities. You've got 3 questions. What I'd like you to do, as we normally do, pause the video, write the answer to the questions, and then we're going to go through the answers. Off you go, pause the video now.
Perfect. Let's have a look at our answers. So our first question, we've got 108 subtract blank is equal to 26 multiplied by 2. Now you should have got the answer of 56. Let's find out how we got there. So remember, I know that this, my 108 take away blank, gets me the same answer, gives me the same answer as 26 times 2, as it's equal to. So I'm going to do 26 multiplied by 2 first, because I can complete that sum. I'm not having to work out any missing digits. 26 multiplied by 2 is 52. Remember, you can multiply it by 2, you can double it, you can add 26 and 26. Right, so if this answer is 52, then that must mean that this answer is 52. So in order to find out my missing number, I'm going to do 108 and I'm going to take away my answer of 52. 8 take away 2 is 6. 0 take away 5, I can't do that, so I'm going to have to come to my 1. That becomes a 0. And my 0, I exchange and regroup to create 10. 10 take away 5 is 56. There's my answer. Perfect. Right, moving on to question number 2. I have got 6 quarters and we are dividing it by 3. Now we looked at this last week. You looked at a similar question yesterday, only you were multiplying. You multiplied your numerators. Today, because we're looking at division, we always multiply our integer by our new denominator. So 4 times 3 is 12. So my answer is 6/12. Now, I'm going to simplify that because I can think of quite a few common factors that I can divide those numbers by. I'm going to go down and divide each one rather than find my highest common factor, because the question says, the answer says, I can have 2 quarters or an equivalent fraction. So let's do it. Let's think. So I can see that I can divide the answer by 2, which would give me the answer of 3/6. I can see I can divide the answer by 3, which would give me the answer of 2 quarters. And I can see that I can divide the answer by 6, which would give me a half. So any of those answers you would get correct. Our last question. Harry has 150 sweets in a jar. He removed 1/5 of the sweets to save some for himself. Of the remaining sweets, he gave his friend 35% of them. How many sweets were left in the jar? So we had a look at, there's a couple of steps to this question. First off, we've got to find the fraction, a fraction of an amount of 150. And then the remaining sweets, we've got to take them away from 150. Then of the remaining answer, we need to take 35% away from that. So let's find that out. Let's have a look. Quite a few steps. So first off, I'm going to do a fraction of an amount. So I've got 150. And I'm dividing that by 5, because that's what we looked at last week. So 150 divided by 5. This is how many sweets Harry took for himself. Okay, 5 into 1 doesn't go. So I move my 1 over. 5 into 15 goes 3 times. 5 into 0 goes 0. So he takes 30 sweets for himself. So 150 take away 30 gives me 120. I now need to find 35% of 120. So to do that first, I'm going to find 10%, then I'm going to find 5%. I'm going to times 10% by 3 and then add my 5% on. So 120, to find 10%, I'm going to divide it by 10 like we've been doing this week. 120 divided by 10 is 12. So that's 10% there. I'll circle that in blue. I'm going to circle 10% in blue is 12. In order to find 5%, I'm going to half my 10%. Half of 12 is 6, so that's 5% there. Okay, half of 12 is 6, that's 5%. Now, what I need to do, I found 10%, but I need to find 30, so I'm going to times my 10% by 3, which would give me 36. And then I'm going to add 6 onto 36, which would give me the answer of 42. So he gives his friend 42 sweets. 40 is very generous. I wouldn't do that. I'm only kidding, I would really. 42 sweets. So what we need to do, from the remaining sweets he had, we need to take 42 away. So 120 take away 42. 0 take away 2 I can't do, so I'm going to have to come to my 2, which becomes a 1, exchange and regroup, and my 0 now becomes a 10. 10 take away 2 is 8. 1 take away 4, again I can't do it, that becomes a 0. My 1 now becomes an 11. 11 take away 4 is 7. 0 take away 0 is 0, so my answer is 78. Fantastic. That was a tricky question, that. There was really quite a lot of steps involved in that question, so well done if you got it right. Right, let's have a look at what we're doing today. So, like we've done this week, your task, you are going to follow the video link. You will find it on the additional maths links page on Class Dojo. Once you've watched the video explaining how to multiply decimals by integers, turn to the page titled Multiplying Decimals by Integers in your White Rose booklet. You should know how to find it now. We look in our contents page. You're going to complete the 4 pages based on that topic. Then mark them using the answer sheets which have been uploaded to Class Dojo. Once you've done all that amazing work, you are then going to submit it as a portfolio. And a teacher, either myself, Miss Jakes or Mr. Pugh, will respond to you via Miss Crane's account. Off you go. Well done, boys and girls, for a great week. Have a lovely weekend.